So anyway, got the system all wired up and got a little excited and blew one of the subs right off the bat. So do not open the back hatch of your car while you are demoing, especially at a low frequency. Like, don't do that. Sub's gonna unload and you're gonna blow it. Just like this.
TV screen in my left pocket. I'm from California, but I done moved to Texas. My bad, I'm dyslexic in the Porto Mango Lexus. At the titty bar, I ain't afraid to tip her. Me and Sergio throwing pesos at some strippers. Still fuck minimum wage. I just left me towing through my back cave, cause I'm tiptoeing in my Jordans. I came down tiptoeing in my Jordans. Just got the blue tiptoeing in my Jordans. You motherfuckers boring. You sleeping on the snoring. Cause I'm tiptoeing in my Jordans. I came down tiptoeing in.
So anyway, they always say, or what I hear people say is, if you blow subs a lot, it's usually user error. In my experience, that seems to be true. So anyway, this video is gonna be me reconing that Savard sub. Now I wanna give a big shout out to Savard speakers, or whatever the actual name of the company is. Anyway, Savard. I messaged them and asked them if they had recones for this sub. They were in them. I had ordered 2 of them. They were in the mail being shipped like the next day, or was it 2 days later? Anyway, I had them within a week, like at my house. If you guys follow my channel, I've had issues with some companies taking 3 months to send you a recone. Savard sent it in under a week. They actually put it in the mail and mailed it within 2 days. And then it arrived at my house within a week. So huge shout out to Savard. Really happy with the customer service I've received from them so far. So that's great. That's always a plus. Like, good customer service goes a long, long, long way. And bad customer service also goes a long way. So again, couldn't be happier with dealing with that company. Anyway, here we go with the recone of that Savard sub. Stay tuned if you want to watch that. So guys, this one I know is blown. We got a 40 hertz tone going to it right now. Nothing seems to be going wrong with it at the moment, but
That's not good. That coil must have come off the winding or something. We'll have to pull it apart and see what happened. Okay, now this one, I don't know if this one blew or not. I mean, it's basically free airing right now, right? Same 40 hertz tone. Let's see. This one seems to be working fine. So I don't think we're going to swap that one. We're going to recone that one that we know is bad. And just kind of cross our fingers that the other one isn't bad.
What's up, guys? So today we're going to start the process of reconing this Savard sub. First step is to disassemble the sub and pull out the old soft parts so that we can put in the new parts. So just some things to note here. You can see Savard uses, oh, not there, right here. These Allen head bolts to hold their spider down. So we'll be using our Allen key to pull that apart when we get there. But first thing we need to do is pull this gasket and then cut this around. Oh, one thing I always like to do, it's really worth the money when you're doing this, when you're reconing a subwoofer, is get one of these. It's like a cake decorator, like a Lazy Susan turntable. Really makes it easy. Instead of you having to walk around the sub 100 times, you can just turn it and then you get to stand in the same place. I mean, thing costs like 10 bucks maybe. I don't know, I ordered it on Amazon, but it really makes your life a lot easier. So now that we've got the surround cut into, you can see we can just get right there into those Allen head bolts pretty easily. And instead of my Allen key, I think I'm just gonna use this. Got a little extension on my socket. That'll help me just get in there and kind of zip these out of there. Got all those out. You can see, pulled all those off the spider. Now the next thing we need to do is cut those tinsel leads. Okay, so now need to cut that spider pack out of there, and then we should be able to pull the coil out and all the soft parts out. Well, you definitely can see where the former ran into the back plate. We kind of got some bent edges around here. But other than that, it really doesn't look as burnt up as what I was expecting. I mean, it really doesn't. Okay guys, you can see what happened here. That coil got burned and it started to come off the former here. I don't know if you can capture this on the video very well, but like those are loose. You can see how that winding is coming loose there. See? You can see how it was all starting to slide down. So anyway, that's what happened to it. Okay guys, now what we want to do is pull this spider landing spacer off. This guy right here, what was with these little bolts went through. I have my blade, then I have a little pry tool. Hopefully that'll be enough to get that off. Okay, so you can see I got it started breaking up this plastic spacer. I used my pry tool as you saw. Then I used this rag to just keep behind this pry tool so I don't like scuff up my basket. So anyway, now that we got this started, we're just gonna use the pry tool to just pry it up all the way around.
So we have all that pulled out of there. Next step is going to be to remove these speaker terminals here. So these appear to be a 9/32. Okay, also it's good to put a screwdriver through here as you remove these. That way you can hold it from just turning when you're loosening that nut. Okay, well, we have those removed. You can see we just got the holes there. Got to do the same thing on the other side, obviously. Okay, now that those are out of there, we have to get all of this and all of this glue off of here. Now, I'm not going to video myself doing that. Pretty straightforward, but you know, I've seen some people use power tools, grinders, die grinders, whatever you need to do, but you got to get all of this off of here, or else when you go to glue your new soft parts in, for one, it's not going to be spaced right, and for two, it's not going to glue down very well. So also something I'm going to do that is cover this. Just use some tape and cover this up. That way I don't have any shards of anything dropping down in here, because that would not be good. But anyway, like I said, I'm not going to video myself doing that because that's pretty tedious and pretty self-explanatory. Okay, well, change of plans. We're going with direct leads. I don't like these things, man. Like, I was trying to install these, and there's almost no room to get a wrench in on this, right? Because you've got your spider landing like floating like half an inch above where you're trying to work. And then I was trying to tighten this down, and I stripped the bolt out. You know, and if that loosens off, you got a washer, you got a nut. Like, I don't know. First time I've ever installed one of these, and probably be the last time. Anytime I'm doing a recone, I'm just doing direct leads. For one, it's easier. Well, for one, it's easier. For two, it's easier. For three, it's easier. So I got this 8 gauge wire here. And as you can see, I've already done this side. So now we're just going to do this other side. So we got our soldering heat shrink, we got our direct lead wire, and then we got our Sky High car audio heat shrinks just to clean it up. Kind of hard sliding this in there. Now you want to keep the heat gun pointed away from your surround because you don't want to melt it. So that's nice and soldered in there. I mean, I really love these things. That's a better soldering job than I could do with a soldering iron, I know that. And they make these even in bigger sizes too. I just love these things. All right, so now let's finish it off with something to look nice and pretty. Okay, so now that we have our direct leads in place, what we have to do is shim our voice coil. Now, for those of you that don't know what that means, as you can see down there, this voice coil, this piece that looks like the toilet paper ring, this former, sits over that pole there. And you have to space it and shim it to make sure that there's an equal gap around that pole, or else when this voice coil is going up and down, it's gonna rub on that. And so they do make voice coil shims for that purpose. Lord of Bass sells them. They're currently out of their 3-inch shims. So I'm gonna use a couple sheets of paper. Okay, so we ended up using 4 sheets, staggered them as we went, that way you didn't end up with a whole bunch of material on one side. But if you push up and down on that, you don't hear any rub or anything, so that should be pretty well centered. Okay, we have everything ready to go. We got our shim, we got our direct leads. You can see I did end up changing out the heat shrinks because the other ones I had on there were getting hung up for some reason when I tried to pull them through this hole. I like to just use E6000. I know guys like to use CA glue. I've used this in the past and it works fine. So I just prefer to use this on the surround and on the spider landing. I've done it before. I have never had a problem with it. So this is what we're gonna use. All right, guys, so as you can see, I've got all these clips in place to hold the surround in. Now I'm just going around and tightening up those Allen head bolts to hold the spider in place. Okay, guys, up bright and early. This thing's been sitting overnight. All that glue should be dry. You can see I went a little overboard on the glue in some places, but I'd rather have too much glue than not enough glue, you know what I'm saying? So let's pull all these clips off of here and just kind of see what we have now. Okay, well, it's good. We pulled that shim out. We're not getting any rubbing, so that's good, because if you get coil rub after you do a recone, you have to redo the recone. That's not good, you can't have that. So everything seems to be lined up really nice here. All right, well, got the gasket on. This bad boy's ready to install. Nah, I'm just kidding. You guys know what we gotta do. We're gonna put that dust cap on.
now we wait. I always like to give these things a full 24 hours to cure, so it's Sunday morning, so we'll come back out and check this Monday morning, and the thing should be ready to go.
All right, guys, so sub's reconed. That E6000, it says it takes anywhere from 24 to 72 hours to fully set up. So I had it sitting in the garage for about 3 days. You know, on initial inspection, this thing seems to be really good, really stiff. No rubbing of the coil that I can detect. You can see I've got it wired up here to the amp. We're going to do a little bit of free air and see, just kind of see what happens. Okay, got a 40 hertz tone going to it. There we go. That sound you hear is all this stuff rattling. But the sub seems to be working great. Right. Guys, I think that was a success. Everything seems to be working properly. So now, time to throw it back in the car. That hole is begging for a sub to be put in it.